challenge is what we do when we break our huddle and head out into the world. Do we share our faith during the week? Are we able to display Jesus in the way that we treat others? Do we even have a faith to share? I mean, I'll ask you this. How's your relationship with God right now? Do you feel close to Him, or are you kind of distant? Are you relying on Him, or are you kind of fighting against Him? Are you letting Him be Lord of your life, or are you calling the shots? Are you letting go of the things He wants you to let go of? Hold on to things He wants you to hold on to? You hold on to the things He's supposed to get rid of. Let go of the things He wants you to hold on to. Are you living the abundant life that Jesus promised? I mean, do you have a faith to share? Because if not, there's no point in going on. So we're going to take a break, right here, right now, and pray. If your faith is not at a place where you can share with others, we're going to take a few minutes to pray about it. We need to get that part straightened out so we can move on to the life that God desires for us. We need to have something to share. So we're going to pray. As we pray, I'm going to ask you to just let God speak to you. Just keep your mouth closed. Quiet your mind. All the little thoughts that I know are running through there. Could you just focus on nothing for a little bit? Allow God to permeate your thoughts. Focus on God on His throne if you need to. And listen to the still small voice of God. See what He has to tell you. So we're going to take some time right now. Let God speak to you. Change you, heal you, restore you, encourage you, whatever you need. Let's pray. Father, we want a message to share. We want to know our faith makes a difference. So in these next few moments of silence, would you just speak to us? Give us whatever we need. Encouragement if we're feeling down. A challenge if we're feeling a little too full of ourselves. Restoration if we've been broken. Would you change us, heal us, give us whatever we need at this moment. We have a message to share. So what's the good news that we have to share? Back in Romans 10, verse 9, we read, if you declare with your mouth Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised Him from the dead, you'll be saved. You catch the good news? Because you realize without this, we're not saved. We're lost. But if we can declare with our mouth Jesus is Lord, we talked about that last week. And believe in our heart that God raised Him from the dead. We talked a little bit about that last week. But if you get that, you have salvation. That's pretty good news. The good news is Jesus is Lord. But that good news is absolutely no good if people don't hear it. So let's read Romans chapter 10, verses 9 through 17. If you declare with your mouth Jesus is Lord, believe in your heart that God raised Him from the dead, you'll be saved. For it's with your heart that you believe and are justified. It's with your mouth that you profess your faith and are saved. As the Scripture says, anyone who believes in Him will never be put to shame. So there's no difference between Jew and Gentile. The same Lord is Lord of all, and richly blesses all who call on Him. For everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. But how then can they call on the one they've not believed in? How can they believe in the one of whom they've not heard? How can they hear without someone preaching to them? And how can anyone preach unless they're sent? As it's written, how beautiful are the feet of those who bring good news. Not all the Israelites accepted the good news, for Isaiah says, Lord, who has believed our message? Consequently, faith comes from hearing the message, and the message is heard through the word about Christ. So what does it mean to say that we believe Jesus is Lord? The statement again, Jesus is Lord, was deeply significant. At that time, time, it didn't matter whether you were a Jew or Gentile, there was something very significant about coming to faith in Christ. If you were a Jew, the confession was the acknowledgement that Jesus was God, that he was the promised Savior, he was the Messiah. And as such, he was to be trusted and obeyed. And for those that didn't believe in him, that put you at odds. You'd be kicked out of the synagogues. You'd be kicked out of your community. On the other hand, Gentiles generally were accustomed to thinking of Caesar as Lord. So when a Gentile convert came to faith in Christ, it meant that they replaced Caesar as Lord with Jesus as Lord. And Caesar wouldn't like that. In fact, the Roman emperors viewed this as atheism, that you were disowning the emperor. So many Christians ended up being put to death for their confession that Jesus is Lord. I no longer proclaim my allegiance to the emperor, I now proclaim to Jesus, and they said, fine, the emperor wants your head. So neither Jew nor Gentile can take these words lightly. To confess that Jesus is Lord was going to make an incredible change in their lives because it was to take a stand with Christ against their culture. So when we say Jesus is Lord and believe in our hearts that God raised him from the dead, we don't fit into culture very well anymore. Because we said all the things that you guys value are no longer our priority. That doesn't sit well with some people. So how do we get to that point? How does anyone get to that point where they're willing to turn their back on their culture and declare Jesus as Lord? Well, Paul works backwards. He says, here's how it has to happen. In verses 14 and 15. He says, you're not going to declare Jesus as Lord unless you believe. And you're not going to believe unless you've heard about him and know a little about him. And you're not going to hear about him unless somebody tells you about him. And no one's going to tell you about him unless someone else sends them to you. So we're going to look at those little ideas there, the things that Paul works backwards and tells us. First thing we have to do is hear the word. We have to hear Jesus is Lord. Somebody had to have told it to us. We had to have heard that message somewhere. Where are you going to hear that message? D.L. Moody wrote a little piece about his faith. He says, I prayed for faith and thought that someday faith would come down and strike me like lightning. So I was praying for it. But faith did not seem to come. And then one day I read in the 10th chapter of Romans, now faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. He says, I closed my Bible and prayed for faith, but now I opened my Bible and began to study, and my faith has been growing ever since. So we don't come to a place where we can say we have a strong faith by listening to some guy preach. We hear it from reading the Bible. We don't hear it from watching guys on TV or think, well, maybe this televangelist will tell me something good, or maybe this self-help book will help me. When we read the Scriptures, we get the Word of God out and read it. We learn about God. We learn about what God's power is, what God's character is, God's love for us, His sacrifice for us, His willingness to do whatever it took to buy us back. And then we can develop faith. So you want your faith to grow? Praying is good. Pray. But don't just pray. Get your Bible out and read. And if you don't understand what it says, ask. Meet with somebody who can help you understand the Scriptures. But you have to understand the Scriptures before you're going to have the faith. We can talk about a lot of good news or bad news, but faith comes from hearing the good news. It's not something we make up. It's not feel good. It's not somebody telling us you can have a better marriage and you can have a better career and you can make more money. It's not something we get to twist and make it sound better. The good news is already as good as it gets. The good news we read in the Bible. But nobody's going to read about the good news in the Bible unless we tell them there is good news to be read. Someone has to preach, and that's the second thing Paul tells us, that no one's going to hear and understand unless somebody comes and preaches to them. Jesus said in Mark 16, go into all the world and preach the gospel to all creation. Who is he talking to? And when you think of preacher, what goes through your mind? All this? proclaiming the message of Christ to others? How many Christians are preachers of Christ? Well, the answer, of course, is all of them. We're all to be preaching the gospel to all creation. So I'll ask you, where's your pulpit? Where is it you get to preach? Maybe it's at work. I know some of you are, oh, we can't do it at my job. You can. If you love God, it permeates through you. People ask, you're going to be able to share. And it's at home. If you have a spouse or a child or a parent or somebody who doesn't know Christ, and you have an opportunity to set an example before them. Or maybe it's at school, or with your friends, where you hang out. We have opportunities to preach the gospel to people who don't know. So what's your message? What's the good news? Jesus is Lord. Jesus was the Messiah. Jesus was the one that God sent so that he could redeem us, meaning restore our relationship with God. Our actions, our sins separated us from God. Christ made it possible to come back to God. You can come back to God. That's good news. We represent Jesus. So it's imperative that when we speak to others about Jesus, we have to make sure they get an accurate picture of him. We need to know Jesus so well that we can do more than just give them facts and figures. We want people to know Jesus, not just know about Jesus. So it goes back to our first point. We need to spend time in God's Word so that we can be sure that when we speak in the name of Jesus, we're actually speaking the words that Jesus would have us speak. Now, I know this gets to be a little intimidating. You've all heard messages about sharing your faith before, and you're all like, yeah, I know I'm supposed to. I feel guilty, but I don't do it. But can you tell another person about the person you love? I mean, how hard is it for me to tell other people about my wife? How hard is it for her to tell other people about her? Well, okay, that's not a good question. But if you love somebody, it's usually not too hard for you to tell other people about them. And you can share more than, well, she was born in Oklahoma, back longer ago. She wants me to tell you. She likes to eat fish and chicken. Her favorite colors. Can you tell more than just the little tidbits of facts, though? Can you tell what the person's like? How caring they are, how loving they are, how generous they are. I'll bet you can tell others so much about the one you love that they can get excited about wanting to meet them too and getting to know them. You can tell others about the one you love because you spend time with them so you know them well. That's what you do. We need to spend so much time with Jesus that we can tell others about him. Not, oh, he was born 2,000 years ago, he died on a cross. That's important. That's part of the gospel message. That's the good news. We share that part. But what does he do in your life? What have you learned about him? He's trustworthy. He's loving. He's full of mercy. He helps me when I'm stupid to get things right. And so I can tell others about Jesus, not just facts, but from a personal relationship with him. So we preach. But we won't preach the message about Jesus unless someone sends us. Someone must first be sent. This is where it all starts. There has to be a sending out. Now for us, that becomes fairly easy because Jesus already sent us. But in Luke 10:2, he told the disciples, the harvest is plentiful, the workers are few. Ask the Lord of the harvest, therefore, to send out workers into his harvest field. Do you want to see your loved ones saved? Do you want to see them enjoy eternal life with Jesus? See, this whole passage, in this whole area, Paul is reflecting on the other Jews who rejected Christ. He says, man, I wish I could die in their place. I wish I could be cursed and let them be saved. But it doesn't work that way. They have to come to a point where they understand who Jesus is and accept him. And so he has this sorrow, this sadness that drives him to do whatever it takes to help bring people into a saving relationship with Jesus. He won't shut up about it because he understands the stakes. So he tells everybody about Jesus. Jesus is sending us out. We also send people out. Lance is going to come up and share with one about one of our missionaries that we support. And every month we try to share one. We didn't get it done last week, so we're going to share this week. But we support 7 missionaries around the world who go out in our name. And sometimes we get to go out and work with them. This is part of the sending. Christ sent us. We send others. Here's an example of one.
Good morning.
That's me.
This little mission moment is about one such missionary. His name is Dwayne Lebrand. Originally kind of from the Greenfield area. And they currently moved to Martinsville to be closer to their grandchildren. The mission in question is called the Deaf Evangelism and Fellowship. And it's part of the North Burma Christian Mission. And it is based out of Chiang Mai, Thailand, in the north of Thailand. They also have some work that they do in Bogota, Colombia. Obviously, it's a deaf ministry. They work with the deaf and bring the good news to them. We all know people that are handicapped in this country, obviously, have problems. And in foreign countries, a lot of times they're just cast out. So they're doing some really amazing work down there. And just a very quick update, Dwayne was recently on an extended trip to Chiang Mai, where he simultaneously celebrated his 60th birthday, his 40th anniversary, and his 30th year as a missionary in Thailand, which is pretty amazing. They've had some great success there. They're raising up quite a few teachers, and also, when I say teachers, they're also preachers. They are hoping to bring 2 of the teachers to the States this summer. That's kind of a big deal for them. They recently on Dwayne's trip, they had some real blessings within the deaf Christian community. Apparently, there's been a mild faction between families, which happens everywhere, and that was resolved, which was a real blessing for the community. And one last thing, the L1 missionaries, unfortunately, it's been a very hard year for the Lebrands financially with the mission. Giving for the mission was down significantly, and they dipped into their personal savings pretty heavily. And Dwayne's now received a paycheck for a little while as far as the ministry is concerned. So if anybody's interested, I will have some information in the back if you want to make a special donation. But that's about the North Burma Christian Mission.
We give you these updates and tell you about these missionaries that go out because you need to understand that we are a sending church. We send missionary support out, but we also send people out. This last year, my son went to Honduras. The previous year, we sent Keegan to the Dominican. We also took a group from here to the Dominican. I've been to the Philippines a few times. We've had some people that live with me there. We've gone to New Orleans. We've gone to the Avalon Children's Home. We've done some work there. We like doing mission work. We like sending people out and doing work. But we want to send you guys out into this community to do the work. At the convention a few years ago, a guy talked about just the need for this and why it's such a big deal. And he's talking about how the mission work works in all these countries where Christianity is illegal. And yet, the church is growing by leaps and bounds in places like China and Laos, Korea when it was suppressed there. Far more than it is in America. They make the analogy between the church in Russia and the church in these places, though. In Russia, it was trained that the ministers, the priesthood, did all the ministry. And when the church was made illegal, the church in Russia died. In places like China and Korea, the churches were understood that it wasn't the priest's job or the minister's job, it was the people's job. We're all sent out to preach. And so everyone was trained to share their own faith. And so when the church was made illegal, it just went out into the culture and turned everything. So I said, first, the church, we have to train people to make disciples. Train people in the church to disciple other people. Because if the church ever becomes illegal, when people can't depend on a pastor, then they have to rely on each other. We have to learn how to disciple others. Because someday, we may not be able to gather together like this. But the work still has to go on. But even if it is legal, even in this setting, where you can come in here and invite somebody to church and let the preacher convert them, and now they'll say, I can only do so much. 100 of us can do 100 times as much as I can. The reason the church in America isn't making a big difference is because we're trying to leave the work to a select few, rather than understand that we are all called to be preachers. We are all sent. How are they going to hear it? Unless someone comes to them. How can anyone preach unless they're sent? Close with a quote from Charles Spurgeon. He says, have you no wish for others to be saved? Then you're not saved yourself. Be sure of that. The saving of souls, if a man has once gained love to perishing sinners in his blessed Master, will be an all-absorbing passion to him. It will so carry him away that he will almost forget himself in the saving of others. If sinners be damned, then at least let them leap to hell over our bodies. And if they perish, let them perish with our arms about their knees, imploring them to stay. And if hell be filled, at least let it be filled in the teeth of our exertions, and let not one go there unwarned and unprayed for. Are you praying for those you know who don't know Christ? Do you understand that you are called to preach to them? They'll never believe until they hear. And they can't hear unless somebody preaches to them. And nobody's going to preach to them unless they're sent. So this day, we as a body are sending us out to preach, so that others can hear, so that they can believe in Christ. The good news that Jesus is Lord. Let's pray. Father, we thank you so much for saving us, for sending your Son to die in our place to make it possible for us to be saved. Father, help us understand the severity of this news. To understand that without Christ, people are perishing. Father, would you stir in our hearts and our spirits this need to share with others? To know, Father, that nobody's going to come to know you without hearing the good news. So open our mouths and speak the good news. Make our lives an example so we can exemplify the good news. Help us to show others that it makes a difference when you understand that a relationship with our Creator can be restored through His Son. So help us to share. As we proclaim with our mouths that Jesus is Lord, and believe in our hearts that you raised Him from the dead, Father, let us share with others the good news. We pray in Christ's name.